Hey everyone. Wanted to do a special one about the TikTok ban that's upcoming, which, as of this recording, is in about 4 days. TikTok gave voice to many people and allowed them to share their stories on a different platform, right? One that isn't owned by Zuckerberg, one that isn't controlled by a man who wants to play with his algorithm, right? Musk wants to just put out what Musk wants to put out and has, in fact, killed Twitter. But today I want to talk about an impressive young woman named Rachel Shalev. She has over 3 million followers on TikTok, which will be going away. She talked about many things, but Tourette's syndrome is one of her main focuses. And the reason that that was important is that she was putting a human face on a syndrome that gets very little attention. It's not the only one that gets little attention, right? The pharmaceutical and medical communities being run as businesses are there to make money, not to help people, not to help everyone, but to help those people that it can make the most money off of. If you have any syndrome or disease that doesn't have enough people that have it, then there isn't any incentive for them to really do anything about it, right? You hear about these orphan diseases all the time, and the reason they're orphans is not because people don't have them, it's because of the medical community. Those people that would come up with cures for it ignore it. Now, understandably, there are lots of things that need to be cured, such as cancer. But there's a lot of researchers too. And reminding people that these other things exist is important to make sure that they get taken care of, right? If it's an orphan disease that nobody knows about or talks about, it's like a tree falling in a forest. You know it was there, but you forgot about it. So the TikTok ban itself is just a ploy by a bunch of politicians to fundraise and to basically get votes so they can stay in power. Billionaires got the money that they got not because they decided at a certain point they had enough and stopped, right? We go to work every day to make money to take care of the people we love, right? That's our goal. We want to make enough money to survive. Beyond that, you have a class of people whose sole goal is not to amass money that they can use it to help other people, but to just amass money. There used to be an old comic, Scrooge McDuck, and he had a vault full of money and he would go swim in it. Having all that money had no purpose. It did nothing. It just accumulated money, like the dragon who just wants to have a bunch of gold and jewels in their den. It does not do anything for them except give them something pretty to look at. So if you think that somebody I don't care if it's a foreign agent or an agent for a foreign agent, would go to one of these billionaire owners of any business that collects data about you and offers them $1 billion, that they're going to say, no, I've got enough money. I don't need that. I don't need to be doing this. BS. It's going to get sold. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's Etsy or Amazon or Facebook or X. None of it matters where they get the data from. All of these places amass tons of data about us, right? Whether it's the microphone on your phone that for some reason is on and is recording you, or the devices you may have in your house, such as your little assistants. They're gathering information. They're listening all the time. So there's a ton of information out there about what goes on in your home. Think of a Ring doorbell. It sees when you come and go. It sees your neighborhood. And it can record all of it, right? It's got its microphone. We brought these things into our lives. There aren't any real structure around where that data goes. Now, TikTok, ostensibly, the US version of it, put, I guess, Oracle in charge of the data. And Oracle's supposed to prevent it from going out. But whoops, it went out. What a surprise. So, if we were really caring about what data China gets from us, or any ally or enemy, then we would be working to harden the way stuff goes around in this country. Right? If the data, for example, coming from a complete technical standpoint, was encrypted, all the data was encrypted and it was hard to decrypt, so you couldn't just steal it, that would cut down on things a little bit, right? Which is the whole purpose of Microsoft having BitLocker on laptops and desktops, is if the drives get taken, the data is not readable. But if we were really worried about security, we would take a much broader look at it and not be worried about something as simple as an application, when the technology to twin out whatever information stream it is you're sending is already in place. And that data could go anywhere. Add to it the fact that even if it doesn't go anywhere else, you've got companies willing to sell your information. And the TikTok ban really does nothing except harm those people who either make a living on TikTok because it does have a store to it, or, like Rachel, are trying to increase awareness of any topic at all, be it a medical one, be it a social one. And I'm not going to jump into the whole First Amendment part of the argument before the Supreme Court. To me, it's simply a matter of us not paying attention to the proper thing because this is the easier thing to do, right? Be it a Chinese drone, be it any Chinese piece of equipment that you got in your house, which I hate to tell you is probably most of the stuff you got in your house, because this country has fallen behind on a lot of things. And the chips that are in a lot of what we use aren't made in this country. They might have been designed here. They might have been thought up here. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they were made here. So take a look around TikTok. Check out Rachel Shaleff's information. Go give her a follow if you like her. Look around for other people doing the same type of thing and make sure that you follow them so that wherever new home they go to, they have an audience waiting for them and they'll feel warm and welcome. And let's make sure that these voices are not silenced. And that's what I got for you guys this week. There will be another one later this week. This is just a special for TikTok, and I'll talk to you guys all later.